Hey Tipsy Friends, welcome to our channel if you are new, and welcome back if you're returning. I'm Nikki, your favorite little sister, here with a book review. We've never done anything like this on this channel, as far as I'm aware. At least I know I haven't. But I recently read a dark romance that I just cannot stop thinking about, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So let's talk about it. So the book we'll be chatting about today is Merciless Obsession by Tay Mo'Nae, which is book 2 in the Bloodline book series. Now listen, we're only going to talk about book 2 because I'll be talking about book 1 in another video. Although it is stated that they're kind of interconnected standalones and you don't have to read them in order, I'm going to stand 10 toes down on you should. While I think Tay Mo'Nae did a wonderful job of telling you the important information from book 1 that you needed to know, I don't know. It's going to hit different if you really know the characters. She did a great job introducing this world of Silverstone and the characters in the first book, and then really carrying it over in the second. This is book 2 in a 4-part series, I believe. There's 4 brothers. And I just feel like if you read them in order, you'll truly get the full effect and the true motivations and backstories of the characters that you don't get if you only read book 2. Because some characters, you just don't understand why they are the way they are until you're in their head. So my recommendation would be to read book 1 before you read book 2. But you can just jump to book 2. That's your prerogative. That's your choice as a reader. But I want to put it out there that I recommend reading book 1 and then immediately jump into book 2. Okay? My biggest regret right now, after reading this arc, is that book 3 isn't done. That is how good it is. But let me read y'all the description of the book, tell you a little bit more about it, and then we can really talk about it. I'm going to try my best not to do spoilers or make it too spoilery because I do want you guys to go out and read the book. It is so good. So, tasked with shutting down Ziora's investigation and reporting on his family's business, the Bloodline, was all Ezra was supposed to do. When he first laid eyes on her, he knew he had to have her. No longer concerned with shutting her blogging down, Ezra takes matters into his own hands and sets all his focus on making Zora his. When her sister was murdered, Zora made it her life's mission to avenge her death. She knew no one else would give her sister the proper justice and decided to dig on her own. She didn't expect to learn that something far more sinister was at play in Silverstone, and everyone seemed to ignore it. Now stuck in this cat and mouse game, Ezra refused to let Zora go, and she's determined to fight whatever is brewing between them. Along the way, she joins forces with him and his brothers to take down the evil organization hiding in the shadows of Silverstone. When things take a turn and things turn dangerous, Zora learns that she might have bit off more than she can chew, and Ezra will do whatever he has to keep her safe. Note, this is book 2 in an interconnected standalone family saga. While it can be read on its own, you get more enjoyment and better understanding by reading it in order. See, even Tay Mo'Nae agrees with me. This book is, or at least the ebook is 523 pages long. I gave this book 5 sips. Easy. After the first page, I knew it was going to be 5 sips. I'm about to go hold y'all. It is not an audio yet, but the story overall was 5 sips and the lights were 5 sips for me. Tay Mo'Nae did a fantastic job. The song I paired with this book was E by Jacquees, and the drink is called Obsession. Okay, listen y'all, Tay Mo'Nae has created this world of like intrigue and privilege and money and glitz and glam, but as we know, there's always 2 sides to every coin, and the dark underbelly is just sinister. It's a dark romance, you guys, but the suspense and thrill you're getting as she's introducing this shadow evil organization is so phenomenal. And something that like really gets me going as a reader is when you build up something to be a monster, please make it a monster. The more we dig into this organization, I'm not gonna tell you who, but the organization, it is living up to its claims. It is powerful and diabolical and downright evil, okay? And don't get me wrong, okay? Because the Tavares, they ain't some golden boys, okay? They are not Boy Scouts themselves. But there is, you know, a method to their madness. They are the perfect gray character family. But this evil organization we're trying to take down, baby, the way Tay Mo'Nae built up this family, they had to be true hideous monsters. And just the little bits we've been seeing throughout the book, they are that. And what's kind of cool is Tay Mo'Nae introduced this concept in book 1, and then now she's fully steamrolling it in book 2. I'm sure it's going to play out more throughout the series, which to me is so cool and profound because, again, she built this organization to be that organization. Like, they are true evil villains. So for it to be not so easy to take them out is so believable and so phenomenal. The overarching, like, I'm reading it and my heart is pounding and I'm just on the edge of my seat wanting to know more. I feel like this is what thriller, I don't read thrillers too often, and when I do, this is the feeling I get. Tay Mo'Nae did such great world building and character building in this series, but in this book particular, I was just like, what's gonna happen next? How even though realistically I like that she didn't wrap it all up in a pretty bow at the end, I'm like, please, my heart can't take it. Like, just let it be done. But I'm loving it, you guys. I am loving it. Okay, so Ezra is the knee baby. He is the third born, and he's the lawyer who takes after their father, who is now a retired judge. Ezra is hilarious, okay? He's crazy, he's wild, and he knows his ish. And that makes him dangerous, okay? He's an artist, okay? And he cares about his art. So throughout the story, everything that he focuses on and puts his energy to, you see his effort, okay? He's not playing around. He's not just, and I mean, he does play around because he's the unserious brother, you know? There's always one in a series, either the unserious brother or the unserious friend, and that's Ezra. But when he sets out to do something, he sets out to do it into the best of his ability, and that means do it right. Because if you're going to do something, do it right, you know? And that leads him to being the one to handle Ziora. Now, Ziora, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying to talk over it, but as you can hear, the dog is dogging my neighbors, so I do apologize if you hear the dog in the background. But Ziora is brilliant and gorgeous, and she has freckles. She is his obsession. And I love the way Tay Mo'Nae played that out, because you get a glimpse of it in book 1, but to fully experience it and live, and I mean, it was so visual the way she wrote it. It was mind-boggling to be in her head like, I'm with you, who is he talking to? To be in her head like that fun, anxious, like, I don't want to like this, but the way he does it is so tantalizing, you know? It's when you're reading that story, and if someone else was doing it, you would hate them. Like, you would shut it down. But there's something about the way Ezra does it that's just like, oh my goodness. Poor Ziora did not stand a chance, okay? She's brilliant and strong-willed and passionate and determined to make the people pay who murdered her sister. On that alone, I back Zora. She could do no wrong for me. Like, I too would go to the ends of the earth for any of my siblings. So when you get in her head and you get to see their dynamic and why she just can't let it go, you are rooting for her. You want her to win. You want her to not only win and succeed, like you want her to thrive. Her whole life is making the people pay who are the sister to get justice for her and these other girls. Again, there's this overarching theme that Tay Mo'Nae is painting and weaving a web so neat and intricate that your mind can't handle it, but it's so easy to follow, if that makes sense. She is getting dark and gritty with it till you're like, it's sad and it's just disgusting. But she's writing it in a way where like it's not being shied away from. It's on page, but it's not fully on page, so it is easy to digest, but it still pauses you and makes you sick to your stomach, if that makes sense. The things that are happening that Zora is trying to uncover. Something I will say that I am loving with Tay Mo'Nae's dark romances that she's writing is she's not shying away from the darker stuff. Like, and it's not even just the sexy lights and things like that in their push and pull dynamic of the cat and mouse. It's also the arching theme of this thriller, of this organization. They're monsters, and she is making sure you understand that. That is something that, chef's kiss. I'm not enjoying it, but I'm enjoying reading it, if that makes sense. It's a horrible thing they're doing, but I'm liking that she's not hiding it. It's not that you're just reading about it. It's not just being talked about. You are experiencing it on page. There's trigger warnings, there's kidnapping, there's torture, like murder, unaliving, all those things. And it makes the story more dynamic, if I'm being honest. You can't help but root for the great, morally great characters. And I know when they take down this organization, because they are that good, I have faith, okay? When they take down that organization, it's going to be so satisfying. It's going to be everything I need it to be. That being said, I'm so nervous to experience it, because the things that I love, that she's not shying away from it, that she's making it nitty and gritty. I feel like if you like thrillers, you will really enjoy this series, because thrillers, mysteries, like, I wouldn't go as far as to say horror, but if you don't mind like graphic depictions of things in books, you would really enjoy this story, because she's doing it. And it's so believable. So Zora is a hacker. And hello, brilliant. You got to be smart to do that. Decode and all those things. And I love the way Tay Mo'Nae made it feel so realistic. I don't know nothing about hacking, but I felt like I was right there with her. Like, we was busting down firewalls and taking down organizations, okay? It was brilliant. And I love Ziora and Ezra's back and forth. The dialogue was so wonderful. It was witty. It was funny. It was everything. And because we are dealing with such intelligent people, the banter had to reflect that. And I think Tay Mo'Nae did a wonderful job showing that. You guys, the story is diabolical, okay? It's diabolical and it's so good. Between you and me, I asked for the arc, okay? I'm just gonna throw it out there. So I was so happy to get it and to experience from page one the Ezra, who the hell do you think you are? And that feeling to last through the whole story, and for him to show you who he is. Yeah. It hit. I love that Tay Mo'Nae kept, because they are all so close and they work together while also having their own things going on. I love that we got to see so much of the brothers, and that Zora got to, because as we know, this is not a spoiler, it was inside the synopsis, that she starts working with them and to get to see their dynamics. So far we've only been in Naze's head and Ezra's. Naze is the older brother and the leader of their group. So far we've only been in their heads, but it was great to see Naze through Ezra's head, through Ezra's eyes, to see Lucas and Emmett, who is my soulmate, through Ezra's eyes versus not just Nazee's, because they all have different dynamics and view each other differently. And Ezra just nothing phases him until it does, and that's when it gets scary good. Okay, so it's Nazee, he's the leader, he's the oldest, so he's so serious in a way and not serious, but so serious in a way that Ezra is not. So it was fun to see him be able to get under his skin, and he find it hilarious. Like, I'm going to shoot you, and he's like, ha ha ha, you know? It was fun to see Ziora interact with her best friend and to still have that person after all the things she's been through, after her loss, after fighting the good fight alone for so long, to get her to see her be in a team and to get to see the benefits of having a team, the benefits of having a man who loves you in all your entirety, who is obsessed with you and thinks you are perfect from head to toe, that you are a literal living, breathing masterpiece. It was brilliant. Tay Mo'Nae's words were poetic, and what was so great is it blends so well with book one, but is so different from book one. The cat and mouse was great because there was like a cat and mouse in book one as well, but it was done so differently because these are different people, and it reflected that. I'm loving that I don't feel like I've read these two characters by Tay Mo'Nae before. It felt fresh and new and sexy and sensual and hilarious. When I tell you, I shouldn't have been laughing so much with all the crazy stuff in this story, but baby, it took me too long to read it because life would not let me be great and to just sit down and read. If I had it my way, I would have finished this book in a day. Easy, no questions asked. I was living, breathing it. And Tay Mo'Nae literally made it play out in my head like a movie. It was descriptive and it was engaging. And at no point did I feel like, okay, can we move along? No. It was over 500 pages, you guys. I was locked in from the moment I started. The pacing was wonderful. The way she unraveled and layered it was so beautiful. There's things that you're kind of hinted at that you are suspecting because of the way it was written, but there's other things that was like, how did we get here? You know? Oh, you guys, I cannot rave about this story enough. I'm not going to say much more because I don't want to give away too much. For me, not knowing what was going to happen next was the thrill. Well, it was fun. Like, certain things I was like, Nazee, please get your brother. But you can't control Ezra. And that's what's so fun. I mean, he is so fun because, you know, when you read about the sibling or the character, not even just sibling, but the character that you know is about to go off the handles and go off the wall, he will do that. Right? But he has enough sense to be like, okay, I was wrong, Nazee, you know, do you, big bro. It was perfect, you guys. Like, this is what I want from my dark romance. I don't want it to be clean cut and cookie cutter. I want it to feel exhilarating and exciting and dark. Like, that's the point. And sometimes I have read dark romances where it was like, okay, this was cute. It felt contemporary, but it was cute. I don't feel like a dark romance to be cute. And while this had cute moments, it wasn't cute. It was gritty and it was real and it was heartbreaking, but it was fun and sexy and funny. It was a wild ride from beginning to end. And I highly, highly recommend that you run, not walk, and go pick it up. It is available on Kindle Unlimited, so there's really no excuse. Book one is also available on Kindle Unlimited. I plan on purchasing the physical copy. I don't know if I should hold off and wait because sometimes Tay Mo'Nae like does special editions. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Special editions of her books. And I'm like, I want the special edition. But the thing is, I don't have the special edition of the first book. So if she does do a special edition, I also need to do a special edition of the first book. You see what I'm saying? I like my series to match. I'll buy the regular also because I do have the regular, but maybe I'll give it to Sarita if she does special edition of both. I don't know. But I want the physical copy. I loved everything about this book. I loved the characters, the storyline, the plot, the world building. And it's so great because, again, I say read in order because you're introduced to it. Because Ezra is different from his brother, we're seeing Silverstone in a completely different way. It's the same people, and some who aren't, but because of that, we're getting a more well-rounded version of this world. And Tay Mo'Nae is doing such a great job with the world building. I am someone, and Sarita as well, who loves a good world build. I don't need it in every story, but if you're going to do it, commit. And Tay Mo'Nae has committed, and I love it. I'm hoping that this isn't the last time, this series isn't the last time we are in Silverstone. I'm hoping that River gets a story because, again, I believe there's only 4 in this particular series. But I love River, and I need him to have a story too. But I also just need to be more in this world. Like, this evil organization can't be the only people we gotta take out, you know? I'm obsessed. If you have not checked out Stolen Matrimony, which is book 1, or Merciless Obsession, which is book 2, what we're talking about, I highly, highly recommend. I'm gonna sign off now. But let me know. Do you guys like dark romances? If you do, why? And if you don't, why not? What is it about dark romance that turns you off? Because I can see that too. It's not for me, but I can see it for other people. And if you have not, please check out these books. Also, let me know the last book you read by Tay Mo'Nae. If you haven't, I suggest this series. But if you need to build yourself up, she has wonderful books in her catalog. And that's what's kind of great. They're very different. No 2 books feel the same. You can tell when they're a part of a series because it's a unit, but no 2 books feel the same. So maybe this dark romance series is not for you, but you can find more by her. Her catalog is extensive and it's very unique. It's diverse. That's the word I was looking for. Diverse genres. It's all Black romance, but it is very diverse. Thank you guys for joining me for this quick chat. I needed to talk to someone, and I'm hoping that you guys read it and you want to talk to me too, because Sarita isn't reading it until it gets on audio. So I'm gonna need other people to talk to. So let's talk in the comments. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching the video. If you made it this far, drop a purple heart. As y'all know, that's my thing. It always will be. But until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, ring a ding ding. Until next time, bye guys.